Hello again, my friends. Let's continue our journey through the beginner's hands from Bridgemaster portfolio at BBO. We're about to look at board number 6, in which we want to make 6 hearts. So that means 12 tricks. We cannot lose more than 1. And this is a hand in which counting winners will probably be more relevant than counting losers. But as always, let's count both. We have 6 club winners and 2 diamonds. That's 8. And 1 spade is 9. And therefore all we need is 3 hearts, and we of course are going to make much more than 3 hearts. Let's project how many hearts we are likely to make. We have 9 hearts in our hand, right? We have 6 here, count them, 6 here, and 3 hearts in dummy. That means 9, and therefore the opponents have 4 hearts. And if they are divided 2 with each opponent, the ace and the king will exhaust all the hearts, and then we'll make all our hearts. So that's already much more tricks than we need. 6 hearts and 6 clubs is 12. An ace, king, and ace, there are 15 tricks, but we only have 13 cards. So that means that we will have to discard some winners somewhere, if hearts are 2-2. But of course all that is if hearts break evenly, 2 and 2. If one of the opponent has 4 hearts, on the other hand, and the other has 0, there's no way you can avoid losing 2 hearts, right? The ace and king will draw 2 of them, and he will be left with 2 high hearts. So we don't have to concern ourselves with that either. But the problem of this hand is when one of them has 3 hearts and the other has 1. In this case, we will have only 5 heart winners, losing 1. 6 club winners, that's 11. Ace, king, and ace, that's 14. 2 more than we need. And so apparently you may think, well, that's an easy hand. Not so quickly. There's a big problem lurking, and that's the theme of the hand, you should be aware of that, which is this. It's unlike a no-trump contract, in which you could be confident of making all your winners that you can establish regardless of the order in which you take them, as long as you don't block yourself. In a trump contract, you must be worried about getting it stranded in one hand and not having access to the winners at the other hand. And so in this case, of course, the winners that may get lost are the club winners. And before we look at that, let's do a quick count of losers to see how that would help us. We have no losers in clubs, no losers in diamonds. 1 loser in heart by hypothesis, because the case that concerns us is one in which hearts are 3-1. And 3 losers in spades. And notice that in that case in which hearts are 3-1, we can't dispose of our spade losers by ruffing in dummy, because to ruff a spade in dummy, we have to lead the ace and then lose the second spade and then ruff other spades in dummy. But if we lose a spade and a heart, we are already down. So forget about ruffing in dummy. The way to dispose of our spade losers is to discard them on club winners. But getting back to the main theme, the main risk here is that the opponents will not let you run your club suit, your club winners. And this will happen in this case. Let's move to the critical juncture. So now no, this was a mistake. Let's undo it. It's not going to cost, but let's play it correctly. So just a misclick. Let's draw trumps, watching how many trumps are going on. Remember, the right way to count suits, this is something that it's important that for you to get right from the beginning of your career. It will make your life easier, much easier as a bridge player. Instead of counting, like most beginners do, 4 hearts have gone. I have 5 in my hand, 9, and 2 in dummy, 11. So there are 2 missing. That's, let's say, the more natural way of counting. The more effective way of counting is this. There are 4 missing. And as soon as you identify there are 4 missing, you run through the possibilities in your head, which are, in this case, 2, 2, 3, 1, and 4, 0. And then you weed out the possibilities as the tricks proceed. So they are not for 0. After this first trick, nobody showed out. And so you know that there are either 2, 2, or 3, 1. You may think that this makes a little difference, but it doesn't. Trust me. For future hands, this is the right way of counting, and so you should practice it. So let's draw the second trump. And he's showed out, that means 3, 1. So this guy has 3 originally, and this has 1. And now the main risk is if you decide to run clubs thinking, well, I cannot avoid losing a heart. What will happen is that West will ruff some club somehow and then place you in your hand. And then you will be stranded from your club winners. Lots of spade losers. Let's see this in practice, just so you understand what I'm talking about. You're trying to discard your losers, and then he ruffed and played the diamond, and now you cannot avoid losing one more spade. You were rough of them in one of them in dummy, but the second spade you'll get lost. So let's start from the beginning to see. Perhaps you have already noticed the solution. The solution is to force that trump winner that is unavoidable to be won before you lead clubs. Simple once you spell it out, but now there's nothing he can do to prevent you from running clubs, and you still have a club to lead to dummy, right? So now you win your king, there are no trumps left, now you run your clubs comfortably. So let's move to the next board. This one took quite a long while. This is an interesting board. You're playing 7 no trumps, so you must not lose any tricks. You must make all of them. The only suit in which you can lose a trick is spades, right? Because in all other suits you have all winners. Ace, king, queen, and ace, king, queen in all suits. But in spades you have 5 and 4, that's 9. And there's a missing jack that might cause you trouble. So run through the possibilities of the spade suit. They are either 2, 2, 3, 1, or 4, 0. In the first 2 cases, 2, 2, or 3, 1, once you run ace, king, queen of spades, the jack will fall, and then you will be able to cash the 4th spade. You don't need 5 spades, by the way. Look at it. If you count your winners, you have 3 in each side suit. That's 9. 3 plus 3 plus 3. All you need is 4 spades. So, is there any way to protect yourself against the difficult case, which is when someone has 4 spades and the other has 0? And the easiest way to plan is to, before you lead any spade, imagine how the trick would go. So let's say you begin with the ace of spades. Before you play, think about it. If you begin with the ace of spades and this guy follows suit and you play the 9 and West shows out, you have a finesse against it. East's jack, you'll play spade, he'll play low, you play the 10, and then you have your 4 tricks. However, if you play the ace of spades and East shows out, West has jack 4th originally, so he still has the jack 3rd, the protected jack, and your king and queen will never capture it. So you lose the 10 to the jack. On the other hand, if you begin with the king of spades, this protects you against a void anywhere, because if West shows out, then you can lead the low to the ace and make a finesse in the 3rd round against the East's jack. If East shows out, then you lead the 10, and if West plays a jack, the ace takes care of it, and then you make all the tricks again. So the trick here is to lead so as to maintain the possibility of finessing against the opponent's honor, regardless of where it is. If it's in West, you can capture it like this. Now you see that, you know that it's in West, so you play the 10, and if he plays low, you let it run, and you know that it will win the trick. If Wes had shown out, you'd lead the low to the ace and low to the 10. So that's, now you have all the tricks. So I think the next board, board number 8, has a similar theme, but we'll see it in the next video. Thanks for watching. See you there.